All right, Middle-Aged White Guy Reacts is back again today with another video. And this one is an artist that we have not seen for about a month or so, maybe a little more. He just came out with this song maybe a week ago now. It's our boy Samson, all right? I want to talk to Samson. If anybody out there understands that movie reference and knows what movie it's from, put it in the comments, and I'll give you a heart, okay? That's all I have to give. That's the only thing of value that I have for you. It's not really valuable. It's just a little. I have to click on the heart next to your post. But anyway, we got Samson, okay? This song is 46 equals 13. Now, I have no idea what this is going to be about. The only numerical reference I can think of for 46 is Joe Biden, the 46th president. 13, there's a few I could think of off the top of my head, but I don't think that's going to be the direction it's going. So, from the title of this song, I have no idea what it's going to be about. So I guess the only way to find out for sure is to actually listen to the song. So that's what we're going to do right now. So come on, Samson, hit us with it. Let's see what you got today. And the very first thing I see here is the chances are you feel the same way I do. Okay. Every song of his I have listened to, I have pretty much agreed with everything the man has had. Pretty much everything the man has had to say. So, more than likely, I probably feel the same way he does. But, again, only way to find out is to actually listen to the song, which we're going to do right now. So, all right, Samson, let's go.
I love high gas prices. I love paying more for groceries, and I really love seeing taxes rise. It's so good knowing that I'm giving more but receiving less. It makes me feel humble, but I'm gonna stop with the sarcasm right there, because I swear we're living in a real jungle.
Was that freezing for you? Why is that freezing? The last video I did with the birthday bash one was doing that. It was like skipping and it's only happened on his videos, but I don't think it's his video that's doing it. It's obviously like something with my internet connection or something, or my GPU trying to, record, but it shouldn't be. But I don't know. I don't know what the hell's going on, but for some reason, Samson videos have been freezing every time I try to react to them. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry this is out of my control, though. Let's go back and see if it still does that.
I love high gas prices. I love paying more for groceries, and I really love seeing taxes rise. It's so good knowing that I'm giving more but receiving less. It makes me feel humble, but I'm gonna stop with the sarcasm right there, because I swear we're living in a real jungle.
So you're gonna stop with the sarcasm right there. All right, he said, hey, I love high gas prices and paying more for my groceries. I love paying more in taxes, getting less money back. Okay, makes him feel humble. That's where the sarcasm is going to end, though, because obviously what he's about to get into is going to be probably pretty serious, okay? So yeah, hey, I love paying almost 3-4 times more for gas, or whatever we're paying right now. That's been fantastic to put that into the budget. Yeah, and groceries. I mean, I can't go into the grocery store without spending $400 fucking dollars anymore. It's ridiculous. And taxes, God, I try not to pay attention to them till I have to at the end of the year, but geez, man. All right, Samson, let's go, buddy.
It makes me feel humble, but I'm gonna stop with the sarcasm right there, because I swear we're living in a real jungle. It's pretty simple to me, though.
Why is this freezing? This is so distracting when it freezes like that. Hold on, let me go back and let's just see if we can let it freeze and get it out of the way here.
I'm giving more but receiving less. It makes me feel humble, but I'm gonna stop with the sarcasm right there, because I swear we're living in a real jungle. It's pretty simple to me, though. It's way past being left or right. Just use your head and common sense and think about how you've been affected in daily life.
It's way more than left or right. And we just did Dax and Tom McDonald's propaganda, and Tom said something kind of similar. Tom was kind of saying we needed to unite, we need to forget about the left and right. He's saying like our problems in this country are way more than left or right. I mean, that's just to keep us infighting, essentially, while, the other problems take root.
Past being left or right, just use your head and common sense and think about how you've been affected in daily life. Is it easier or is it harder? That's the most important question.
Think about, okay, so he's saying, hey, stop looking at this, the political, our country from this political lens of left and right. It's much simpler than that. You just need to think about how your life has been affected in the past year, 2 years, 4 years, 8 years, whatever the time frame. Is your life easier or harder? Now, some of us, it might be easier. Some of us, it might be harder. Some it might be the same. I think a majority of us out there, though, our life is harder now. Just from the simple fact of the gas prices alone. Think of how much stuff is transported across the country. Goods, food, that kind of stuff, every day. Now, if you are spending 3 times as much in fuel to deliver these goods, who's going to incur that cost? It's not going to be the trucker. I mean, it is, but the goods are going to cost more because they cost more to get to places. So you build the increase in price of fuel into the prices of products, of goods and services, whatever. So just from that alone, if you don't look at anything else, you don't look at the riots, the defund the police movements, election stuff, pandemic stuff, if you don't even take any of that into consideration, the gas price alone is enough to make your life harder. I mean, harder in the sense as that you're spending more money to get things that you used to be able to get for cheaper, which now means you have less money, which means you have to work more or cut things out of the budget. So you have to make sacrifices in either giving more time to your employer or cutting things out of your life that you enjoy. So yeah, just looking at just that, the gas price alone, our lives are harder over the last year. Just from that. That doesn't even take into account anything else that is going on. So again, he's coming with some facts right there.
Think about how you've been affected in daily life. Is it easier or is it harder? That's the most important question you should think of first. Because life is a bitch already as it is, and you don't need someone that's gonna make it worse.
Life's a bitch already as it is. You don't need someone that's gonna make it worse. I kind of live my life like that. Like, things are already hard enough. I don't need to add extra layers of difficulty on top of life. Life is hard. It is what it is. So why surround yourself with people or things or situations or ideals that add extra layers of difficulty on top of an already difficult thing? Okay. Like, yes, breathing is not hard. Okay. Living is, but to be successful and to actually be happy in life is not easy. It's not easy.
Question you should think of first, because life is a bitch already as it is, and you don't need someone that's gonna make it worse. Ask me? I think we're fucked. Don't give me that look, everything sucks. Have you gone outside? Have you been to the store? Have you compared the prices to a year before?
That's exactly what I just said, right? Yeah, that's exactly what I just said. He thinks we're fucked. So he's thinking, he's black-pilled. Sort of, I guess, okay? Where he's saying it's too far gone. It's too far gone. And, I kind of agree. I mean, when I look at everything, when I'm looking at everything, it's so far removed from being in a healthy place that how do we get it back? How do we get it back? I don't fucking know. I don't know. And he kind of thinks we're fucked as well. So yeah, I'm not giving up all hope and just laying down. I'll fight and scratch tooth and nail But yeah, it's a long road ahead of us. This is not something that we can turn around overnight at all. I mean, this is at this point, a 2-generation problem. It's going to take us 2 generations to right this ship, and that's if we start now, and that's if we win. Okay. Because a certain faction of society has already indoctrinated our children, has already, taken over control of local and state governments and school systems and this and that. And we haven't even gotten off the couch yet, ladies and gentlemen. The other part of society is still busy turning the other cheek and getting punched in the face. Okay? They haven't even gotten up off the couch. So that we need to get off the couch. All right? We need to do it now. Or else we are absolutely fucked.
Look, everything sucks. Have you gone outside? Have you been to the store? Have you compared the prices to a year before? Do you drive a car? Have you pumped gas?
Yeah.
To me now, it sucks ass.
I think I've said it in another video. I don't even have to do reactions to this guy. I don't even have to say anything. He says it so clear and lays it out so perfectly. It's all self-explanatory. And like I end up saying stuff that he ends up covering later anyway. So these reactions, I should just play the song and say, yup, at the very end and end it. I mean, that's all I have to do for these, because he covers everything that I just spent how long talking about? He did it in one sentence.
Prices to a year before? Do you drive a car? Have you pumped gas? Don't lie to me now, it sucks ass. You can brush it off like it's a fucking joke. Nope. The media lies, numbers don't.
Oh, the media lies, but numbers don't. Yeah, I guess you could say that, man. I mean, the media can tell you that, hey, the economy's great. And then, you're looking at how much you're paying for gas, how much you're paying for groceries, and you're like, and you realize that your wages at your job have been stagnant for 10 freaking years, and you can't even start a savings account with the goal of retiring, because more than likely inflation is going to eat up any interest that you earn off of your savings account. So by the time you go to spend it in your retirement, it's going to be useless. It's going to be, once it's $20,000 for a loaf of bread, I'm sorry, there's no way you saved up enough money in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s to be able to live till you're 80 in retirement. Ridiculous.
Ass. You can brush it off like it's a fucking joke, but the media lies, numbers don't. Well, you can't blame Biden, it isn't him. Well, who the fuck is it then? What jack up the prices?
This is always the MO. New president gets in, especially when they switch parties, okay? Whenever you switch back and forth. So think about it. Obama got in. He was taking over George Bush's economy. So in 8 years, he wasn't able to fix the economy because it was George Bush's economy that was so messed up that it took Obama all 8 years to kind of right that ship. And then Trump comes, the economy booms. But that was Obama's economy, okay? And now that we're back to Biden, it's Trump's economy again. It's never the person who actually has power right now. It's, and that excuse works for maybe the first 6 months of a presidency, because, it takes you time to implement your, your plan of action. But at a certain point, everything is you. And the buck has to stop somewhere. If it doesn't stop at the president, then where the fuck does it stop? I don't know. At that point, we can't keep just blaming boogeymen that have no control over what's going on right now. So, Biden is not a good president. Just say it. Just say it. Okay? You could think Biden isn't a good president and still believe in the Democratic platform. You don't have to, I could say that, Mitch McConnell is a horrible Republican. That doesn't mean that I don't like, majority of Republican platform, which we don't need to get into that. But still, you can disagree with people from your party. and still agree with your party. So you could say Joe Biden's a shitty president, and you can still be a Democrat. Okay, you don't have to pretend like he's an actual good president, people.
Well, you can't play Biden, it isn't him. Well, who the fuck is it then? What jacked up the prices? I want to know why I spend so much up at Conoco. I don't know. I think it's insane that the leader of the country gets no blame because the whole entire time, the last 4 years, it was cheap as fuck. I'm just saying. Now, what?
You know, and that's funny, isn't it? That's funny. Everything was cheap. Gas, what, $1.70? $1.65, something like that. When I started driving at 16 years old, it was, what, 90 cents a gallon? And, you know, and then we shot all the way up to 4 something, and then we got back down to like $1.60, $1.70. It's like, oh my God, this is almost what I was paying for gas when I was a freaking teenager. And then in 2 months, actually in a day, when he shut down that pipeline, boom, gas prices go up like 30%. You know, I mean, that's a direct cause and effect. Okay, he shut down a pipeline, gas prices blew up. Whose fault is that? It cannot be Trump's at that point, right? I'm just saying, that's a Biden move that fucked up his economy, okay?
Gets no blame because the whole entire time, the last 4 years, it was cheap as fuck. I'm just saying. Now watch. Down in the comment section, someone's gonna give us an economy lesson. I can't wait to hear your expert analysis on fluctuation and how expenses balance. Hey, it's all a part of the process. What the hell you bitching for? It's fine. Oh yeah, I forgot about the 16 cents that I saved on hot dogs for 4th of July. What a fucking steal.
16 cents I just saved on hot dogs for the 4th of July. You know, it's like, hey, man, yeah, you're paying out your ass for everything else, but guess what, man? These bar-ass hot dogs, we'll give you 10% off of $1.60. There you go.
Yeah, I forgot about the 16 cents that I saved on hot dogs for 4th of July. What a fucking steal. Too bad I spent more on gas just to get to Target, so by the time I got done...
Like I said, I don't know why I even say anything. He just covers it. He covers it all. He says exactly what I just said right after I'm done saying it. Samson, me and you, man, we're on the same page, bro. Tell you need to come over and hang out, man. You need to shoot the shit for a little bit.
Fucking steal. Too bad I spent more on gas just to get to Target, so by the time I got done buying all this shit and filling up my car, I had way less than when I started. Now, I don't really call that saving. No, I call that losing money. It doesn't take a genius to do simple math, but apparently you can't, so who's the dummy?
Oh. You know, oh my God, without getting into the economics lesson, you know, that's how a lot of things or a lot of things operate. So, like, next time you go to, if like you go to a Giant Eagle, all right, so in my area, we have Giant Eagle and Heinen's, you know, are kind of like the higher end, higher mid-end grocery stores, you know, like the corporate ones. And then you have like Mark's, which is, you know, family owned, I guess a lower end store, in like Aldi's, okay? So if you compare the staples at Giant Eagle and Mark's, okay? So you're looking milk, bread, eggs, butter, okay? So a lot of times what they'll do is at Giant Eagle, they'll price milk, eggs, butter, bread lower than Mark's. So it's like you're looking at your staple lists and you're like, oh my God, I'm only going to spend $15 at Giant Eagle. I'm spending $22 at Mark's. But everything else at Mark's is dirt cheap. Okay. Perfect example. Apples, 99 cents a pound at Mark's. Same apple, $1.99 a pound at Giant Eagle. So you think you're saving money when you're looking at just these few items. But after you buy everything that you actually need, you have spent way more at Giant Eagle than you would have at Mark's. That's the trick. Show you a couple of things that are cheaper to make you think you're getting a deal. And at the end of the day, you spent like 50% more than you had to. So that's the game. That's the game in all this. It works just like the grocery stores, people.
It doesn't take a genius to do simple math, but apparently you can't, so who's the dummy? I'm just pissed off. This inflation's fucked up, but I gotta sit here and act like I love this administration with a thumbs up? Stupid. Everything is hell, but you act like I'm supposed to be in heaven.
It's freezing. I hope it's probably recording like this. Like, it's so frustrating. It's like takes me out of the reaction when this is happening.
With a thumbs up? Stupid. Everything is hell, but you act like I'm supposed to be in heaven. Yeah. You know our country ain't doing too good when the Waffle Houses start to close at 11. Dude!
Oh my god. Yeah. You know, and what is that? Like, my parents usually take our kids for us Saturdays, okay? And then my kids will go and they'll spend the day at Nana and Papa's, and it kind of gives us a chance to run the errands that we can't get to during the week, do the things around the house that it's hard to get to, that are more time consuming, that we can't really do when the kids are there. And you know, and it gives us an opportunity to have a date night. So if you, in my area, if you try to go out to dinner on a Saturday night around, and I'm sure it's like this most places, around 5:30 or 6:30, 7, you're waiting an hour minimum. Everywhere you go, it's at least an hour wait. And so what we used to do is let the dinner rush pass. So instead of going out at 7 for dinner, you know, we'd have a late lunch around maybe 3 o'clock, and then we'd try to go out to dinner around 8:30, 9. When everything's kind of slowing down and you can get in and out. All the restaurants around us now are closing at like 9 o'clock on a Saturday, closing at 8 o'clock on a Friday. It's like, you guys not want to make money? You know, I mean, I know they do. And I know a lot of it has to do with not having the workforce available. But it's like, at the same time, man, if I was owning some of these restaurants, I'd be like, BS. This is staying open. I don't care if we're running a skeleton crew. All right. Like, we have memberships to an amusement park. So this summer we go out there. You know, we've been out there like a half dozen times or so. On the way home, you know, we stay until the park closes. And on the way home, we usually want to hit something to eat. We're starving. We've been at an amusement park riding rides all day and walking around in the sun. All right. This year, all the places are closed. By the time that park closes, and it's like, why? You would get such a rush of people in there at 11 o'clock, 10:30, 11 o'clock on these Fridays and Saturdays, just from that park closing and people wanting to eat before they drive 2 hours home, you know, and they're just passing it up. They're closing at 8 or 9 o'clock. I know why this is happening. Having a warning on my channel still, though, it makes it so I can't get into it. But I think we all know why. It was definitely, everything's been pushed in that direction. We'll just leave it at that.
Heaven. You know our country ain't doing too good when the Waffle Houses start to close at 11.
You're lucky they're open till 11.
Talk, and don't act like I'm being overzealous. Every time the man speaks, I have no fucking clue what he's trying to tell us.
Oh, my butt's been wiped. Oh my god. $1.2 billion. Stacking spaghetti sauce with a forklift. What? Like, oh my god, man. Like, I can't believe. Why didn't you at least just try to jam, like, Buttigieg, or one of those other Democrats down our throats? Why did it have to be him? You know, at least somebody who can articulate what the hell they're saying would be nice. It would be. It would be very nice.
I'm being overzealous. Every time the man speaks, I have no fucking clue what he's trying to tell us. Every speech is like a gag reel. Every time I see this shit, I'm like, is that real? Considering the fact that the only other option was Trump, I don't think it's such a bad deal. Fuck that. I want to...
You know, and that's like the attitude some people have, and it's like, really? Really? So, mean tweets. Okay, no, we don't have any mean tweets anymore. Thank God. We don't have any mean tweets. I don't know what we would be doing if we still had the mean tweets, okay? I'm glad that we traded mean tweets for fucked up foreign policy, fucked up economy, you know, all the rest. You know the list, people. I've ran down it. Other artists have ran down it. We all know the list of shit that's fucked up in this country. But thank God, no more mean tweets. Thank God. Oh, don't know what I would do if I had to, read a mean tweet from that guy anymore. Jesus.
Oh, considering the fact that the only other option was Trump, I don't think it's such a bad deal. Fuck that. I want a strong leader. The strength of a man should be constantly tested, especially when you're in the most powerful position in the world. That should be not even a question.
Jesus Christ, Samson. Holy shit, man. I've been saying that since day one of Trump's presidency. Day freaking one. Like I said, man, me and you are on the same page. We're the same person, apparently. I don't know, man. But listen. Here was my analogy. Think of the best boss you've ever had. And I'm not talking about your favorite boss. Okay? That's totally different. The best boss that you ever had. And how can you tell if it was the best boss? The management above him loves him, okay? Because he's productive. His numbers are spot on. He runs a tight ship. He doesn't mess around. Somebody that commands respect. More than likely, the most productive, the best boss you ever had in your life was an asshole. Okay? An asshole. And the friendliest boss you've ever had in your life was a pushover who didn't have the respect of his crew. Guarantee you. Now, there could be that rare case where you had the friendliest boss, who everybody busted their ass for, and he produced amazing for the company. But more than likely, it's the hard asses who are the most productive bosses that you've ever had in your life, who are the best. Not the best for you, the best for the company. Okay? That's what Trump was. He was an asshole. Okay? As president of the United States, that's what you need. You need somebody there out there to say, I'm the asshole, not you. So I'm going to tell you what's going on. All right? So, yeah, it's just amazing that we expect our leader of the most powerful country on the planet to be all meek and apologetic. Fuck that. Take American exceptionalism and shove it down the world's throat, man. That's what Trump did, and he didn't give two shits about it. All right? I could go on and on about that, but you guys get the point. You get the point. You know it.
Man should be constantly tested, especially when you're in the most powerful position in the world. That should be not even a question.
Yep.
There's really not enough words that can describe the craziness we're facing, dude. But the crazier part is there's still people you need to sit down and really explain this to.
I think that's the that's the most frustrating part about the state of our country today, is that people are either so stupid, or they're willfully ignorant, or they realize what's going on, and they're just plain evil. All right? It's one of those three, because, and I don't know, I see it in my own family. I see it in my own family, where people who are much smarter than what they're showing are falling for this kind of stuff that's going on, and it's like, oh my God, like you cannot, please don't tell me that you're that stupid that you actually believe that, But hey, here we are. It's a joke. It's a fucking joke.
We're facing, dude, but the crazier part is there's still people you need to sit down and really explain this to.
Yep.
Come on, man. Just watch a press conference. You'll see that Joe is all gone. He literally says out loud that he has a list of people he's supposed to call on.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. The amount of protection for this guy is insane. And he keeps saying, oh, they'll get mad at me if I call on you out of order, or they'll get mad. Who's they, Joe? Who is they? Because you, well, not you, Samson, but you, Joe, you're supposed to be running the country, not they or them. Okay, this isn't the pronoun game we're playing here. Okay, so You know, but he has his handlers. He has somebody with a hand up his ass, grabbing onto his mouth and working it for him. He's a figurehead and a puppet. You know? When he is worried about getting in trouble from his staffers, something's wrong. Something is very wrong. It's just, it's sad. It's a fucking joke. And it makes us look like a joke to the rest of the world.
The Joe is all gone. He literally says out loud that he has a list of people he's supposed to call on. And even then he fucks that up.
Yeah.
The whole thing is hella awkward.
Yes.
COVID-19 ain't his biggest enemy. It's the goddamn teleprompter. It feels like we don't even have a leader.
The teleprompter. Joey. That's funny, though.
His biggest enemy. It's the goddamn teleprompter. It feels like we don't even have a leader.
Nope.
It's like we're all just following blindly. Each of my grandparents could run circles around him in a debate, and they're almost 90. Look at him. Don't take it from me. Go listen to him. It's not a rumor. You gotta, I mean, today, Junior!
Oh, Samson. Oh, my God, man. That's awesome. That's awesome. Hold on, we gotta take that back. We gotta hear that again.
Circles around him in a debate, and they're almost 90. Look at him. Don't take it from me. Go listen to him. It's not a rumor.
Yep.
I mean, today, Junior. Jesus Christ. Go on YouTube and click any video of Joe Biden and check out the like and the dislike ratios. That should prove to you that no one likes him.
Most popular president of all time, Samson. Don't you forget it. And how dare you claim otherwise? Okay, we need the fact checkers and stuff on your video saying, you know, no. Nobody hates Joe. Everybody loves him. Look at most popular president of all time.
Video of Joe Biden and check out the like and the dislike ratios. That should prove to you that no one likes him. I don't agree with anything he's done. His decisions affect me in many ways. If it was up to me, I'd rather have mean tweets and cheap gas any day.
Thank you. Like I said, you should just play the song out. I should just play the song out because he's going to cover everything that we're talking about here.
In many ways, if it was up to me, I'd rather have mean tweets and cheap gas any day.
Yep.
I don't like Biden. What good's he done for us? I think Afghanistan pretty much sums it up. What a dumb adult to make the somersaults when I...
Oh, Samson, no, you did not do the flow switch. You switched it all up here, buddy. Got the flow switch. You got the beat switch. This is like 2 songs in one. This is a twofer. All right, man. Let's go. I like that. Change of scenery. It's now dark out. This is nice. Okay.
Afghanistan pretty much sums it up. What a dumb adult. My stomach does somersaults when I think about those 13 soldiers that were killed. The fucking gall. Then he goes to the service and keeps checking his watch. Like he has somewhere better to be. I swear the disrespect doesn't stop.
You know, I wouldn't even allow my children to act like that during that somber of a ceremony. You know, to keep checking your watch. Like, where the fuck do you have to be, Joe? Is your Depends full? Like, what's going on, man? You late for your adrenochrome? Come on.
Goes to the service and keeps checking his watch like he has somewhere better to be. I swear the disrespect doesn't stop. Pick your fucking head up. Look at the women and men you killed. I don't understand how anyone could even defend you still. And if they do, they either don't know what they're talking about or they're lying to themselves because they know damn well you're a problem now. Pulling out was a good choice.
I think I covered that too. You're either dumb or you're willfully being ignorant. You know, I covered that. Samson, you're ruining my reactions by talking about what I talked about already.
They're talking about or they're lying to themselves because they know damn well you're a problem now. Pulling out was a good choice. Not the way you did it though. Kamala's probably sick.
Yes, exactly. And you know. He did it that way on purpose. I'm sorry. He purposely pulled them out that way. And let's just leave it at that. Just leave it at that.
Well, you're a problem now. Pulling out was a good choice. Not the way you did it, though. Kamala's probably sitting there like, oh my god, we did it, Joe. Speaking of her, where's she been through all these deadly days? As soon as shit erupts and hits the fan, Kamala's MIA.
Yep.
Not like she does anything.
You know, and for such a loud ass bitch. Okay, that I'm sorry for referring to her as a bitch, but she is. She, as a she a senator, right? As a senator, had a lot to say all the time. That woman was always running her mouth about everything under the sun. As soon as she's VP, though, she's laying low. She's nowhere to be found. Because Joe's making a fool of them. Both. And she's figuring if she just shh and shuts up, that eventually when they 25th Amendment his ass, she could step in and be like, oh, I never agreed with any of that stuff. He was doing that all on his own. When we already know that he has handlers. And this is somebody else's agenda that's being pushed. And if they're pushing it through Joe, they're going to push it through Kamala too. It's probably Kamala's agenda anyway, in the first place. But yeah, it's funny how she had so many opinions about everything. And now that she's a VP, all she does is cackle and laugh. And that stupid fucking laugh. Jesus Christ.
Anyway, so fucking useless. Law and order, crisis at the border. She don't fucking do shit.
Nope.
Just a talking head paired up with the Walking Dead.
Yep.
Breaking absolutely every word that was.
She's a talking head paired up with the Walking Dead. Oh, great, fantastic show. It's in the 11th season. I have not started the 11th season because I recently, last year, cut my cable and just started doing like streaming services. And it's not on Netflix yet. So, fantastic show, though. Fell off a bit after, season 6-ish or 7, but it kind of picked up in season 10. Okay, season 10 was pretty damn good. It's going to be interesting to see how they finish that series, though.
Shit. Just a talking head paired up with the Walking Dead, breaking absolutely every word.
But that'd be funny. Could you imagine Joe on The Walking Dead? He wouldn't even need makeup. He just needs to kind of shuffle in there going, my butt's been wiped. You know, it fits in perfect.
That was promised or said. Every time I see their faces on TV, it's such a bummer. I feel like I'm watching the third installment of Dumb and Dumber. And on top of all that, they put another ban on ammo, trying to disarm Americans, but equip the Taliban like Rambo.
Oh yeah, they're like what, like the third or fourth most technically advanced, technologically advanced army now. Just because we left them $80 billion worth of equipment and firearms and ammo and everything. Yeah, and you know what? It sucks. For years now, I have not been able to go out target shooting. I can't waste what I have. And I refuse. Okay, so a couple of years ago now, maybe 6, 7, 8 years ago now, somewhere around in there, 10 years ago, I don't know. The first time the 22 ammo shortage came. People were selling bricks of 22, which is around roughly 500 rounds, depending on the size of the brick. But bricks of 22 were going for $100. That's ridiculous. A brick of 22 is $20 at the most. All right. And that would be, you go out for 3 hours, you could blow through an entire brick, but now if I found a brick, at that time, and even to this day, I have not shot my 22 in years because of this. If I find a brick that's reasonably priced, I buy it and I sit on it. I have not fired off a round in years, at least in the 22. But yeah, I stocked a long time ago what I needed to feel comfortable. Okay, let's just leave it there. And then if I want to target or go out plinking, we'll go to the store and buy what we're going to use for the day, which sometimes it's only 50 rounds. Sometimes you get, 100, 150, maybe you get lucky and you find a brick. But yeah, it's been rough. It sucked, but thankfully I've had what I've needed for a long time. So do that, people. Get what you need. And then on top of that, when you want to go out and play with them, go to the store and buy that day what you're going to use.
They put another ban on ammo, trying to disarm Americans, but equip the
Oh, and it was he's this is the 7.62 he's talking about, the steel case from Russia, which is the dirt cheap shit. All right, what was it? Like $6.99 for 20 rounds of like Tula steel case or Brown Bear. At least for the 7.62. You know, that shit's dirt cheap. You go to try to buy that in American ammunitions, you have to buy brass, and it's like $15 for 20. That's not target shooting ammo at that point, man. So yeah, they kind of, I can't remember the specifics on it, but they outright ban it, or they're just not importing it, or whatever. But basically all the Steelcase 7.62 has been bought up, which leaves a hole in the market, because I don't, when I'm target shooting, target practice, I don't use hollow points. I don't use brass if I don't have to. I use the cheapest available ammo to me. Okay. So they cut that off. Yeah. But like I said, I've already had enough of that, but that doesn't help everybody else. I have what I needed, but that doesn't help anybody else. So, this is all very, very important what he's talking about here.
Dumber. And on top of all that, they put another ban on ammo, trying to disarm Americans, but equip the Taliban like Rambo.
Yep.
You give them hundreds of thousands of military guns, but Americans just trying to protect their families are the scary ones. You put more trust in a terrorist organization than you do in your own people. You don't care about this nation.
Nope.
Fuck you, that's from me. Fuck you, that's from them. Fuck you from everyone that's still stuck in Afghanistan. Fuck you from the men and women who died for this country. And fuck you for every time you lie to cover up something. You blame this on Trump. How the fuck is this even his fault? You're in charge now, not him. That's just your default.
Exactly. It's just a way to shift blame, like I was basically saying earlier. Yep, absolutely.
How the fuck is this even his fault? You're in charge now, not him. That's just your default. Whenever something goes wrong, you flip and say he did it. But
and it's so funny, because once you are the man, once you're the big dog, the buck stops with you. Like, did you guys ever watch like Kitchen Nightmares with Ramsay, Chef Ramsay? And he's like goes into these places, and the owners are like, well, my cook did that, and my cook isn't taking inventory, and my cook didn't clean, and my servers are, and it's like, he's like, I had no idea that was going on. It's like, you're the fucking owner. You're the owner. If you don't know what's going on, what are you doing? It's not the chef's fault he didn't do X, Y, or Z. It's not the waitress's fault they didn't do X, Y, or Z. It's your fault for not making sure that they did X, Y, or Z. The buck stops at the freaking top, people. Take some responsibility. If you want to be the man, you got to take everything that comes with that. But people don't want that. They want the perks without the responsibility. That's not how the fucking world works.
Now, not him, that's just your default. Whenever something goes wrong, you flip and say he did it. But whenever something goes right, you're quick to take the credit. You undid almost all of...
And that's what I just said. That's what I just said. You want to take the credit without the responsibility, or however I just said that. Like I said, Samson, we're on the same page, man. I think it's just because it's just logical, normal thinking. So whenever you run across somebody who thinks logically and like a normal, sane person, it's going to feel like we have this crazy connection when it's just logic, Say
he did it, but whenever something goes right, you're quick to take the credit. You undid almost all of Trump's agreements by your second day. So why is this one of the only fucking things you left in place? No crosses to bear.
On purpose. But he did not. He left it in place, but didn't do it how Trump had it set up to go. All right. So it's, without getting into it, it's all purposefully done. All right. Because, you can change everything. We needed to get rid of that pipeline. We needed this and that. And we needed to just erase every mark of Trump, except for that one over there that's going to collapse an entire country and give the Taliban power again. Which, if Trump would have been overseeing it, would not have went down like that. And if it started to go down like that, he would have had a Moab for him. Pretty damn sure.
second day. So why is this one of the only fucking things you left in place? No crosses to bear, no responsibilities, just chocolate chip to ease your mental instability.
Hey, what the fuck is chocolate chip? I have never heard of chocolate chip ice cream. Like, where do you get that, dude? It's just chocolate ice cream, and you threw some fucking Chips Ahoy on it? Like, what the hell? You know, and what a... How do I want to word this? I believe he picked chocolate chip to show how progressive and tolerant he is. Because if you had an old white man go up there saying, I like vanilla, you know, like, POCs around the world are going to go crazy. How dare him? Yeah. So he had to say something chocolatey or something cinnamon or mocha, you know. But yeah, I've never even seen chocolate chip anywhere. It's a made up ice cream. It's not even real.
No responsibilities, just chocolate chip to ease your mental instability. I would say the blood's on your hands, but that's a lie, because you don't even know where the fuck you are half the time.
Yep. Oh, perfect, man. Perfect. Exactly. Like I said, it's his handlers. It's his staffers, you know, whoever's running the country, it sure as hell ain't him.
That's a lie, because you don't even know where the fuck you are half the time.
Samson, you did it again, man. Absolutely did it again. Amazing. Awesome. And like I said, everything that he covered and I responded to, he ends up covering later in the song. So maybe the next Samson reaction, we're just going to play the song for you guys and you'll understand exactly what I was going to say. But anyway, that'll do it. That'll be the reaction. That was Samson. 46 equals 13. Middle-aged white guy reacts is out. Peace.